Now, the Elysee Treaty was a treaty of friendship signed between France and West Germany on January 22nd, 1963 at the Elysee Palace in Paris. Now, with the signing of this treaty, Germany and France established a new foundation for relations following a history with centuries of rivalry and wars. This morning, we're going to be talking to the Ambassador of Germany, Her Excellency Ute Koenig, and of course, the French Ambassador, His Excellency Didier Chabert, about this historic signing and an upcoming concert to commemorate the event. His Excellency, Her Excellency, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning, Kimberly. It's a pleasure to be here.
I would say bonjour, but I don't know how to say it in Germany, and I don't want one to feel left out.
Guten Morgen.
Good morning. So, of course, thank you so much for joining us. Just to provide some historical context, and anyone can take this question, what was the relationship like between the two countries before this treaty was signed?
You know, the problem between France and Germany is we are close neighbors, but we also shared a very tragic history because in less than 1 century, we had 3 major conflicts, including 2 world wars. Mm-hmm. And the decision after the Second World War was to stop this and to create a reconciliation movement between the two countries. What was really unique in the Elysee Treaty was that it was not only involving the governments, but also the people. Can you imagine that more than 9 million of young French and German young people participated in exchanges programs between France and Germany since '63? So it's very important not only for the government, which had the possibility after the Treaty of Elysee to give an impetus to the European construction, but also to gather the population and to bring the young people in a new spirit and a new dynamic in the relation of the two countries.
Yeah. And so, I mean, how has relations been since the treaty has been signed?
We have regular relations summit between the two countries. We developed concrete and fruitful cooperation in many fields, including industrial development. For example, Airbus is one of the results of the Elysee Treaty. We developed also Eurocopter, Arianespace, and the cooperation in the field of the spatial exploration. So in many fields, there has been concrete results in the cooperation between France and Germany. Political, scientific, economical development in the relations. For example, the first trade partner of France is now Germany.
Oh.
But also what I'm very proud of, it's this special relation between the people, especially these school exchanges, these academic exchanges between France and Germany. It means that the reconciliation is really a reality between the two countries.
I wanted to come to you as well, Her Excellency, just to weigh in on this as well. I mean, are you seeing, or is the country of Germany seeing benefits with the treaty that was signed with France?
Yes, of course. As my colleague mentioned, we are very close trading partners, but it's important also that we can reach the hearts and minds of our people. So from being named as arch enemies, we are now really close friends and allies, and the German-French cooperation is always taken to be the cornerstone of the EU integration. So we are very often named as the motor of European integration. Very often the German and French governments are developing ideas and projects that will then continue in the wider Europe. So it's a huge progress, and that we're celebrating now like a diamond jubilee, 60 years,
right.
That is really something, because I think in modern times, if you imagine any couple being together for 60 years, that's close to impossible for young people. Yes. We are already happy when we can celebrate a silver jubilee. And now diamond, that is really an achievement, and that shows how deeply rooted our friendship has become.
Yeah, and now with this celebration of this diamond jubilee, you are actually commemorating the event with a concert here locally. Who wants to take the lead on this one? Her Excellency, okay. Tell us about the concert.
Well, it will be a classical concert in Napa. We are very grateful to the Minister of Tourism and Culture that we may use Napa for this event.
Right.
And we are also very grateful to the National Symphony Orchestra under the leadership of Dr. Roger Henry that he has developed a program with us that will give an insight into French and German musicians, but also his own compositions. So we know, of course, this is the time when all of Trinidad is into soccer and fêtes and preparing for the mother of all carnival. But this will be an event open to all, free, no entry, for friends of classical music to feel the spirit of cooperation and also to embrace German, European and Caribbean culture.
Yeah. Now, of course, we're going to be hearing some Chopin, is it?
No, we focused mainly because, it will be classical music, but we decided it should be classical music from the Caribbean region. Yeah. So we will have a French composer coming from Guadeloupe.
Ah, nice.
He was the first international stars coming from the Caribbean already in the 18th century. He was a fantastic sportsman and a very important composer of his time. So Chevalier de Saint-Georges, and then it will be also a German composer from Haiti, and all music pieces from Dr. Roger G. Henry. So it will be the classical music from the Caribbean region, from French origin, from German, and also, of course, from Trinidad, thanks to Dr. Henry. So it will be the occasion to mix Caribbean vibes with classical music, and I hope that it will be a fantastic event for everyone. It will be a free concert in Napa, and I hope that everyone can enjoy. I would say come to the concert, come with friends, come with family, and enjoy this very unique musical moment with us.
Yeah. Now, Her Excellency, I know that we have the people coming in from the region, of course, but I know that we're also using our own National Philharmonic. I think that's something so good to celebrate. I mean, I wanted to get your thoughts on that as well.
No, it really shows the power of music and also the musical talent you are having here in Trinidad, and the University of TT, which is also sort of the breeding pot for the Classical Symphony Orchestra, is a well-versed partner in this endeavor. And we hope that many people will come and join us tomorrow night at 6:30.
Nice. Is there also a Franco-German prize that one lucky person can win, or several people can win? How are the prizes going to be?
We don't have a raffle at the concert, but we'll hand out 2 certificates of recognition. We set up this prize in my predecessor, and Didier's predecessor did it in 2019, and during the pandemic it has stopped, and we will be honoring 2 musicians from Trinidad this year.
Nice, interesting. And just remind us again where it's taking place is tomorrow at Napa, is it? From what time?
At 6:30.
At 6:30. And anybody who's listening right now and they want to get tickets, is there a website, or do they have to go down to the box office?
No, there will be no tickets. Entry of Napa will be completely free. So everyone who has an interest in music and wants to enjoy this evening can go to Napa and attend to the concert. So it will be our pleasure to welcome in Napa for this event everyone who is a music lover here in Trinidad and Tobago, and there are so many.
Yes, yes. Now, I know that we are on the topic of classical music, but we are in the Carnival season, as Her Excellency would have mentioned. And I'm coming to you first, His Excellency. I mean, have you been listening to our local music? Have you attended any of the events thus far?
Yes, I've been many times in Queen's Hall, in Napa. For example, I was in the last concert of Lord Nelson, a fantastic one. I've also had the occasion to hear Machel Montano So I already a little bit familiar with soca and calypso.
Yes.
But as the German ambassador says, this carnival will be the mother of all carnival, because after 2 years without carnival, I think everyone here in Trinidad wants to have the biggest carnival ever seen in the country.
Yeah, I'm coming to you, Her Excellency, because I saw you having a good time over the weekend, so I know you have been enjoying it. How has the experience been thus far?
We went to UNV on Sunday to participate in the Fed, and I must say it was only my second Fed, because in 2020 I missed out on many things. That was my first year, and I thought I had all the chances. I played Mass with Minchel in 2020, so I have my first carnival impression.
Yes.
But this year I wanted to make up for that. After 2 years without it, and we had great concerts and UV, and I was very impressed by the whole organization, the atmosphere. Everybody was in such good, high spirits, so friendly, and of course the music was fantastic.
Of course.
We had Cass, we had Voice, and we had many more. So
I'm impressed that you know their names. I love that you know their names. I appreciate that. Are you going to be playing? Are you going to be on the road again with us this year?
I'm still contemplating. I had to look at some carnival costumes, but I'm also considering freelancing to walk around and to get more of the general atmosphere. No, I'm not totally decided yet, but I have to make up my mind quickly, because I read in the papers that the big bands are already sold out.
Yes, they are. They are sold out.
And I always say, as an ambassador, I have to look for a costume that's decent, because I'm also having to take in mind the reputation of my country.
Yes.
And as ambassador, I cannot do bikinis and beads or feathers.
Ambassador, we'll talk after, and I can guide you as to which ones you can go towards. And I'm coming to you because I want to know if you will be alongside Her Excellency, Ambassador, maybe on the streets of Carnival Monday and Tuesday.
I will be sure on the streets of Carnival. You know, my residence is on Jackson Square, so I will be in the middle of the vibes of Carnival.
Yes.
So it's impossible that I will not take part in the streets to all this event, especially Monday, Tuesday, Jubilee will be the moment when everyone has to be in the street, including ambassadors.
I have one more question. I know that because you've been participating in the carnival, you may have heard about our steel pan.
Yes.
Do you think our steel pan can be able to play that kind of classical music that we often hear that's played by the violins and the piano and stuff like that? And anyone can take this question.
Yes, of course, but you have a steel pan symphony
Yes,
orchestra.
we do.
Yes.
And they do great concerts, and I've been to the Renegades when they were playing Beethoven in the year when Beethoven was celebrating 250 years. So I have no doubts whatsoever that the steel pan can play everything. You just need a good arranger, and you have them.
We have them in abundance. Her Excellency, His Excellency, thank you so much for joining us on the Now Morning Show. Just a reminder, the concert is taking place tomorrow from 6:30 p.m. at Napa. It's absolutely free. Anyone can come to this concert, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you once again.
Thank you, Kimberly.
And that, of course, was the German ambassador, Her Excellency Ute Koenig, and, of course, the French ambassador, Mr. Didier Chabert, who joined us this morning to tell us about that concert that they're having tomorrow, of course, to commemorate the Elysee Treaty that was signed 60 years ago. You're on the Now Morning Show. We're going to take a break and be right back. Stay with us.